Hello, everybody. It's Shana Karpeles with CA Bar Style. I wanted to first thank everyone for watching the videos that I've been making lately. Been getting great feedback on them, and I hope you're all finding them super useful in your bar prep journey. Now, I wanted to talk to you today about the 5 main mistakes, because there are many, but the 5 top mistakes that I have seen repeaters make over the last almost 13 years of running CA Bar Style. It's the time of year right now where we're getting ready from results. The results are coming out this week for the July 2021 exam. Over, I believe, 8,500 applicants took the exam. So if you're waiting on results, good luck. But if you happen to not pass that test, please do not lose hope and be aware of these mistakes that potentially you are making one or more of. Let's begin. Number one, the evaluation of scores. Now, scores do say a lot. When you repeat the exam, you get your scores back. You don't get your full MBE breakdown, but you do get breakdowns within each subject. And then you also get your essays and performance test score. Being a very, I don't like the word expert so much, but being seasoned and having seen thousands of scores do really say something. For the essay portion, if you're kind of hovering around the low 50s, low 60s, you're missing a ton of issues. Maybe you didn't spend enough time memorizing law. Maybe you didn't have strategy going in. Maybe your timing is off. So there's clear patterns in scoring of essays that can indicate kind of what's going on. I mean, of course, until I see those previous essays, the blue books, we call them, it's hard to know exactly. But if you're getting those low 50s and not low 60s, you are definitely missing an abundance of issues. The next thing is the performance test. Where are you scoring there on average? If you've taken the exam more than once, are you passing the PT? That tells me a lot. What's going on with your multiple choice score? So the scores do say something, and an evaluation of those scores by an expert, seasoned tutor or coach that really knows their stuff can guide you into what the right preparation should look like. Now, of course, in an ideal situation, there would be an evaluation of your previous writing. The time crunch of going into the next course or preparation doesn't always allow for that, but it definitely could be something in conjunction with the scores that could really help paint the picture of what is going on. You also want to be careful not to look at one score. Like for instance, if your MBE score is really low and maybe you've passed a few essays and you may think, okay, I'm okay on the essays and I really just need to focus on the MBE. Remember that each component, the writing and the multiple choice, is each worth 50%. So you've got to be that triple threat, and you really want to avoid focusing in on the next round of preparation on only one area, even if you are doing a little bit better in a different one. So the scores are very important. Get those evaluated. That's the first thing that I look at before an applicant gets enrolled to determine what package and program they should go into. Next, doing the same thing again. There are a lot of repeaters that get discounts on commercial bar review courses, or they even get a free course again. It's kind of a gimmick to get them in the first time. I highly advise against doing that unless you've come very close. But even then, we do have yo-yo bar takers that get close to passing and then plummet back down in their scoring. So you want to try and avoid doing the same exact type of preparation. I am known to pass high numbers of my applicants, but not everybody does pass. And when an applicant does come back in, which usually they do, this is their home for bar prep for the remainder of their bar prep journey until they do pass, I will evaluate the scores, I will evaluate the writing, and we will look at the whole picture of what went wrong, and I will come up and with a kind of a tweaking of the previous game plan to really pinpoint the next chapter of the bar preparation. So we never want to do the same thing again. If it didn't work that first time, you've got to tweak it, you've got to evaluate it, and you've got to see what went wrong and where you could go to really attack where you still have holes in your preparation. So try and avoid just doing the same thing again. And another thing I'll say there without getting too into it, you want to try and avoid just going from commercial bar review to commercial bar review. I've said this many times. they're all pretty much the same. The format to the bar prep is the same. They give you a lot of law. You go right into minimal practice and very little feedback or coaching or tutoring. And of course, no approach, which I'm a stickler for. No strategy is going on. So make sure that you're changing it up. You really understand what you've been doing wrong, or you get some clarity there from a good coach like myself or a tutor that's going to care to take the time to do that with you. And then change it up and have a really good, clear strategy going on. Another thing I'll say there, though, before I get to point 3, is if you're doing something well, you don't want to change that up completely, however. So for instance, if you're averaging, and this happens quite often, maybe a 70 or even a 65 on your performance test, you don't need to change your whole approach there. So it's got to be balanced, right? And that's where that strategy to your preparation with someone that knows what they're doing can really guide you in the right direction, okay? Number 3, self-evaluation. I think that applicants sometimes, especially once they become repeaters, they lose themselves. They lose that confidence, and they start thinking that they're never going to be able to do it. It's kind of hard, and I have to do it sometimes too, to look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. What do you think, aside from maybe lacking some good preparation in some areas, but what else do you maybe think went wrong there? Did you kind of procrastinate a lot, not get to what you needed to get to? Did you half-ass the practice and do it when you were tired and not carve out enough structured time to carry out your schedule? What else could go wrong? So many things that could go wrong during that prep. You have a personal issue that came up, right? The world keeps spinning during bar review, and maybe something out of your control came up that really did impact the preparation, and it almost always will. It can be a happy time, hopefully not, but it could be a sad time in your life. Something may come up that distracted you. Did that go on? So really do some self-evaluation, some self-screening, so that you can avoid those same mistakes or those same kind of bumps, if you may say so, in that next round of preparation. And again, some things are out of your control, so don't take it too hard. Let it go, accept it for what it was, and realize that you're going to take the bar, hopefully at a time when you have a clear mind and perspective and good game plan, okay? So that self-evaluation is crucial. Maybe your timing is struggling, and you got to let your tutor know about that, or your tutor actually should be able to see that in the initial work product. But whatever it was, be honest with yourself. And therefore, being honest will cause you to not make those same mistakes again. Next, number 4, trying to do it on your own. So bar reviews can be expensive. I understand that. They can be also something that applicants, especially multiple time takers, can be over. They don't want to go into another bar review. They've done it before. Maybe there's a lack of trust. There are, unfortunately, people that take advantage, that will enroll you and then really not give you any service. Hopefully that hasn't happened to you, but it does happen. Just like any other area of business, there are great people that operate in those businesses, and then there are people that really just run it like a business with not a lot of heart. And so if you've experienced that, you may want to do it on your own. And I do advise against that as a repeater, unless there's something that is just a small margin that you need to come up, and you know exactly, you know what you need to do there, and you trust that strategy will work for you, then that's okay. But if you're really struggling in every area, or at least 2 out of the 3 areas of the exam, I highly recommend getting a good tutor or good program that's going to evaluate the scores, that's going to work with you on that self-reflection of what happened, going to get your your confidence back up and get you going again, and make sure that that preparation doesn't look exactly like the previous one, and that you have a clear strategy to going into the next round, because really the goal is to not keep taking this. There's no reason, aside from distractions out of our control that could come up, that an applicant that has discipline, that is focused and knows what they're doing and has somebody assessing them if needed, should not pass this exam. I really have a hard time when I hear of applicants taking it 4, 5, 6 times, and it's not their fault necessarily. They just need that extra amount of help to know what is going on. And that word help is very loaded. There's a lot in there, okay? So I would avoid independent study. I don't see a lot of great results with it. Again, this may not apply for everybody, but I'm talking specifically to repeaters that are taking it more than 2, 3, 4 times and just kind of on a hamster wheel doing the same thing over and over again. So try and get someone that will have your back. Number 5, and I'll leave it at this one. I think this is a crucial one, especially going into results week. You really want to try and leave what has happened with the bar in the past. Like I said before, some applicants go through tutors that maybe are unkind and don't give constructive feedback, but really put you down. And it can hurt the confidence. Or maybe it's a family member that you feel like you're letting down. You know, with bar prep, especially for my married applicants or applicants that are close with their parents, maybe there's somebody that doesn't understand why you're taking this so many times. It's a lot easier for people to say, why do you keep taking this? Are you going to pass this? Than actually walk in your shoes. And I'm a big supporter of the moms and dads and great family members and even bosses that support my applicants during bar review. They're so awesome. To have that support system is huge, of course, in anything that you're trying to do in your life. But you want to understand that this is an individual journey, and whatever you have done wrong, remember that you're likely doing a lot of things well. You're preparing, you're doing your best. So try and experience, or there's a word I'm looking for that is just has left me, but try and really connect with that self-love. I had made a previous video a few weeks ago about anxiety and stress with the bar. So watch that if you feel like that has been coming up while you've been preparing. But really try and break up with what happened in previous bar preps. Forgive yourself if it even is at that level, which it might be, where you think, I'm never going to do this. Why can't I accomplish this? You will accomplish it. You're just doing some things that you need to correct. And if you don't know how to correct them, or you're not aware of what you're doing wrong, it's impossible really to correct. So that's why there are tutors and companies like CA Bar Style and some other good ones, too many. But there are good bar reviews out there. And tutors that do care and will work with you, like I said, to get that confidence back up and feel like you can really accomplish your goal. So I hope those 5 tips help you. I have a lot more I can talk about, but I think those are really good ones going into results week. Again, for anyone waiting on results, I wish you a great deal of luck. Our February course will start December 15th, and we will also be enrolling for those that may not pass, that feel like they want more time. We'll be enrolling right away for early prep starting January 4th, for the July 2022 exam. If you are unsure as to what you should do, I am here for a consult. I'll walk you through your scores, complimentary, and we will come up with a strategy for you, okay? You're never alone in this journey. There are people like myself that care. Go out and find them. I wish you all the best luck. Talk to you soon. Bye.